between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This will be a return from deep in the end zone.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. They'll try the middle with Cook. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Bills. Tommy Sweeney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way. So
with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Allen. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On play action, Allen being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
But you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Allen. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. The kick by Bass is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in.
Hall has it knocked loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And some room to roam now. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Allen going to throw. That's brought in by Davis over the middle.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen
swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll run with Cook. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They try again with Cook. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. After 1, it's 9-0.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Allen going to try and keep it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leap.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Jets at 3 and 5, 2 games under 500. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, partner. There's no intent here because Von Miller, former NFL Man of the Year award winner, he likes to play the game the right way. But in this case, makes a mistake and gets in just a little bit too late, and that draws the penalty.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now it's Wilson. He's got it. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have got it back to within a score. Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And this is back to a 4-yard gain. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll get this one down. Yard line, just shy of the 20. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's caught by Davis. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here this last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
And again, it's Allen. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Wilson on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action with Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Well, this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Bass is good. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Tanner Muse with it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
56. Throwing on first down is Allen. His throw incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Allen will try again on second down. And it's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Second and 6.
Now Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Let's go!
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Berrios now from his end zone.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone.
And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Bass on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Berrios now from his end zone.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And some space here. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, That got done.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Ready.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
61. Match mark. Exit.
Here's Wilson to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Oh, a design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but
I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line.
At their own 45-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Here's Berrios. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Go, go. Bravo.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from